The pioneer movement. Forget everything you know about cryptocurrency communities. Pi Network didn't create users, they created pioneers. And there's a profound difference between the two. When Maria, a single mother from Guatemala, downloads the Pi app, she doesn't become just another wallet address in someone's database. She becomes a pioneer, a person with agency, voice, and stake in building something bigger than herself. She's not mining for profit, she's mining for purpose. This distinction matters because it reveals Pi Network's revolutionary approach. While other projects chase institutional investors and exchange listings, Pi Network built something unprecedented. A community that values participation over speculation. Here's the shocking truth most crypto analysts miss. Pi Network's 50 million pioneers aren't waiting for price pumps or market validation. They're actively creating an economy where price becomes secondary to utility. They're proving that community-driven adoption can outpace venture capital-funded marketing campaigns. The pioneers aren't passive consumers of financial products, they're active architects of financial infrastructure. They test applications, validate identities, secure networks, and educate newcomers. This isn't crowdsourcing, it's crowd building. Pi Network built a culture of participation, of people solving local problems together. That cultural shift turns users into stakeholders, and stakeholders into builders. Where many projects prioritize market speculation, Pi prioritizes use cases and local utility. It's a subtle but profound shift. Thousands of grassroots projects begin to multiply as pioneers collaborate and iterate. Momentum grows not from PR budgets but from practical, repeated usage. That is the pioneer movement. And why 50 million committed people change the equation for what a crypto community can be. Traditional cryptocurrency mining burns enough electricity to power small countries. Pi Network flipped this wasteful model completely. Instead of competing for computational supremacy, pioneers contribute social verification, network security, and ecosystem development. But here's where it gets fascinating. Pi Network isn't just mining coins, they're mining trust. Every pioneer who validates another's identity strengthens the network's social fabric. Every developer who builds an application expands the ecosystem's utility. Every merchant who accepts Pi coins validates the community's vision. The Web3 integration amplifies this effect exponentially. Pioneers can launch decentralized applications, participate in governance decisions, and control their digital identities without surrendering personal data to corporate platforms. They're not just using Web3. They're defining what Web3 means for regular people. This creates something unprecedented in cryptocurrency. Genuine decentralization, driven by community consensus, rather than mining pool dominance or whale manipulation. Power doesn't concentrate among those with the deepest pockets. It distributes among those with the strongest commitment. If this community-first approach resonates with you, hit that like button right now. It tells YouTube that authentic crypto education deserves amplification. And smash that subscribe button because we're just scratching the surface of what makes Pi Network fundamentally different from every other crypto project. Let me share 3 stories that perfectly illustrate Pi Network's community impact and why mainstream crypto completely misunderstands this movement. Story 1. In rural Philippines, local healthcare workers created a Pi-powered system for securely storing medical records. Patients now own their health data instead of hoping hospitals don't lose paper files. This wasn't commissioned by Pi Network's founders. Pioneers built it because they saw a problem and possessed tools to solve it. Story 2. A group of pioneers in Nigeria launched a decentralized education platform where students pay course fees using Pi coins. Teachers from around the world offer specialized knowledge, creating a global classroom powered by community currency. Traditional educational institutions had nothing to do with this innovation. Story 3. During recent economic turbulence in Lebanon, pioneers used Pi coins for peer-to-peer transactions when traditional banking systems became unreliable. They weren't seeking investment returns. They needed functional money that worked when conventional systems failed. These aren't marketing case studies crafted by corporate communications teams. They're organic solutions emerging from community needs and collective creativity. This grassroots innovation demonstrates something profound. When people control the tools, they build solutions that serve their actual needs rather than profit someone else's agenda. When people create tools for themselves, they build resilience and practical value. Web3 promises user sovereignty, but most crypto projects deliver complexity disguised as innovation. Pi Network achieved something remarkable. They made Web3 accessible to people who don't speak blockchain. Pioneers run nodes without understanding cryptographic hash functions. They participate in governance without reading white papers. They build applications without computer science degrees. Pi Network abstracted away the technical barriers while preserving the empowerment benefits. This accessibility creates authentic decentralization. When cryptocurrency requires PhD-level understanding, only PhDs participate in governance. When cryptocurrency requires massive capital investment, only capital holders influence decisions. Pi Network democratized participation by eliminating artificial barriers. The security model reinforces this philosophy. Instead of proof-of-work energy waste or proof-of-stake wealth concentration, Pi Network uses social consensus mechanisms where community members validate each other. Trust emerges from relationships rather than mathematics or money. That human-first security model makes participation meaningful and resilient. Pi Network faces legitimate challenges. Regulatory uncertainty looms large. Scaling 50 million users presents technical hurdles. Market skeptics question utility-first approaches in speculation-driven environments. But here's why Pi Network's strategy demonstrates remarkable foresight. They're building sustainable foundations while competitors chase unsustainable growth metrics. Gradual mainnet migration ensures stability. KYC verification prioritizes compliance. Community governance prevents centralized control. Most importantly, they're proving that cryptocurrency adoption doesn't require price speculation as the primary driver. When people use Pi coins for actual transactions rather than trading profits, demand becomes organic and sustainable rather than artificial and volatile. This patient approach frustrates quick profit seekers but builds lasting value for long-term believers. Pi Network isn't racing toward exchange listings, they're building toward economic independence. Before we wrap up, I need 3 things from you. Hit that like button if Pi Network's community approach inspired you, subscribe for more deep dives into projects that prioritize people over profits, and comment below, telling me whether you think community-driven adoption can outcompete venture capital-funded marketing in the long run. Pi Network proves that cryptocurrency's future doesn't belong to the loudest marketers or the deepest pockets, it belongs to the most committed communities. 50 million pioneers aren't just mining digital coins, they're forging digital solidarity. In a world where technology often divides us, Pi Network demonstrates how blockchain can unite us. Where other projects extract value from users, Pi Network empowers users to create value for themselves and each other. The question, are you ready to be part of this journey? Isn't just Pi Network's community slogan, it's a fundamental challenge to how we think about financial systems, community building, and technological progress. Thank you for joining me on TJ Crypto World for this exploration of Pi Network's revolutionary community movement. If this analysis opened your eyes to new possibilities in crypto adoption, check out my latest video on blockchain projects that actually solve real-world problems. I guarantee it'll challenge your assumptions about what makes cryptocurrency valuable. Until next time, keep questioning, keep building, and keep believing that technology should serve humanity's highest aspirations.